All right, everyone. Happy Tuesday. I am First Alert Meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. We have to talk about not only a hot day today, but a First Alert weather day is in place today, not for the afternoon, but for the evening hours and into the overnight. Storms will be likely, including the potential for severe weather. And not only are we looking at the potential for severe weather, but all modes of severe weather are possible, including the potential for maybe a few tornadoes as well. So we're going to take you through everything you need to know to get you ready and prepared and in the know for the storms on the way tonight. And unfortunately, as you can see here, we have increasing storm chances by Memorial Day. It doesn't look like Memorial Day weekend will be a washout by any stretch of the imagination, but Monday does look to be the stormiest day. Saturday, if you're already thinking about the weekend, will be the best day, the driest day for any kind of outdoor plans. Here's a look at high temperatures today, potentially on track to have our first 90-degree day of the year. We managed to hit 89 last week, but I do think today we'll see 90 degrees. I do think we'll see mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies through the afternoon. All of our suburbs pretty much topping out in the mid to upper 80s, well above that average of 82 degrees. It will also be humid, so it's naturally going to feel even warmer. It will feel like the low 90s through the afternoon today. So as you're picking up the kids from school, heading home from work, you'll want the AC blasting. Make sure you're drinking lots of water. If you have any evening plans tonight, it's still going to feel like the 80s by 9 o'clock. Now, what we're going to be watching tonight, speaking of 9 o'clock, are storms that are out to our west. A severe weather outbreak expected yet again across parts of the Tennessee Valley into the Mississippi River Valley as well. And those storms will start to move closer to us during the evening hours. Take a look at 4 o'clock. You see some of those isolated cells just north of Birmingham. That's what we're going to be watching here at home to see if any of those enter into West Georgia later tonight. So around 8 o'clock, if you live north and west of Atlanta, you want to be on heightened alert as we are again going to be watching for these cells to develop out ahead of our main line of storms. And we are unfortunately going to have enough fuel with our temperatures heading into the 90s today. We're going to have plenty of fuel for storms. We also have wind shear, which is that change in wind direction and speed with height. So you put those two ingredients together, you could have supercells develop. And when you have these little cells go out ahead of a main line of storms, they do a really good job of taking advantage of that wind shear. We'll have plenty of it. So we will have to watch for maybe an isolated tornado in any of these storms that develop out ahead of the main line. Again, I think that would mainly be north and west of Atlanta where those will set up. Here comes that front that's going to move in tonight. Again, midnight moving into North Metro, so severe storms potentially from the mountains all the way into Cobb County, Cherokee County, through Carroll County, Heard County, Haralson County as well. Heavy rain and damaging wind will be likely. The potential for hail also there. Can't rule out an isolated tornado even within the city limits here across Metro overnight tonight. So really important with an overnight threat. Of course, it's important all the time, but especially when storms are coming through when you and your family will be sleeping. You want to have something that will wake you up in case there is a tornado warning. So the First Alert Weather app, a great tool for that. Make sure you're turning on the notifications on your phone and it will audibly alert you if a severe thunderstorm warning is issued in your area or a tornado warning is issued in your area. 3 o'clock, storms sinking south of the city, so we'll watch our southern counties from Troop, Meriwether into Lamar County and Jasper and Putnam counties as well. And I do think our threat for severe weather will come to an end just after 3 o'clock in the morning, and we'll send you out the door tomorrow morning nice and dry with, again, no more storms by around 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We bring that severe threat to an end around 3 a.m. Damaging wind risk just actually got upgraded for our area. You see that pink color there? That's a 45% risk of damaging wind. So essentially wind gusts with around 60 miles per hour are likely, or let me rephrase that. You have a 45% chance of seeing damaging winds upwards of 60 miles per hour within 25 miles of that point there. So anywhere in that pink color, you go 25 miles outside or within that pink color, you have almost a 50% chance of experiencing damaging wind. That's the best way to put it. Sometimes it's a little, you have to get the go around to make it make sense. But nonetheless, that is our highest risk today. What does that mean? You pair that with heavy rain. We've had a lot of rain so far this month. We just had some rain over the weekend as well. More than likely, we're going to see some trees come down tonight. Hail is a low threat, not none, but we could definitely see some 1-inch diameter hail, so quarter-sized hail. Tornado threat is moderate. Again, I think that's mainly north and west of the city where we'll be watching for the highest chance for a tornado or two. And lightning, also a high threat. We have a lot of fuel in the atmosphere ahead of this line of storms. Going to Memorial Day weekend, as I mentioned, those rain and storm chances will increase by Memorial Day. Saturday looks mostly dry, temperatures in the low 80s, so it'll really be a great day on Saturday. Sunday, we're going to be watching for maybe a line of storms to push in from the north. So the timing on that does need work, but storms will be possible on Sunday. Right now, it looks like it's mainly an afternoon threat for us, afternoon and evening, but we'll fine tune that for you through the week so you can make those plans. Monday, more than likely, Memorial Day will be a first alert weather day. We're still trying to kind of nail down the timing on it and the specifics on it before we give you that heads up. But just know if you do have any plans for Memorial Day on Monday, you'll want to make sure you have that backup indoor plan. If you're going to be grilling outside or anything like that, just make sure you're paying really close attention to the weather. Don't think any day is going to be a washout, but definitely Monday will be the stormiest day of the Memorial Day weekend. Here's a look at your First Alert 7-day forecast. That First Alert weather day today, not because of the heat, although it will be hot and humid today, but because of the storms that roll in after 8 o'clock tonight. Starting at 8 p.m., we're going to watch for cells ahead of that line. That line moves in between about 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Severe storms will be possible. So again, make sure you have a way to receive weather warnings overnight, something that will wake you up. Tomorrow, 85 degrees, so it'll be a touch cooler, waking up in the upper 60s. Thursday, waking up in the low 60s, maybe a stray shower or storm on Thursday. And then it looks like we're going to wake up in the 50s on Friday. It'll be really comfortable Friday morning. Friday will be a spectacular day with temperatures in the mid to upper 70s Friday afternoon. So if you are going to that Braves game, the Padres are back in town playing the Braves, which you can watch on Peachtree TV, by the way. It's going to be a great day for some Braves baseball. And then we'll increase those rain chances through the weekend with highs in the 80s. It does look like Memorial Day Monday we'll have that chance for scattered storms, and that could very well be our next First Alert weather day once we get a little more detail on that forecast. All right, everyone, make sure you are staying right here on Atlanta News First all day for updates, not only on the storms, but on all the stories going on throughout the day. Of course, always lots of news to cover here in Atlanta, so make sure you're staying right here to get all the updates on that. And don't forget to download that First Alert weather app. It'll be a great tool to have as we look ahead to those storms overnight tonight. Make it a great Tuesday, everyone, and we'll catch you here next time.
Stay up to date on your latest weather from the largest team of meteorologists in the Southeast. Download the First Alert weather app for hour-by-hour forecasts and join us every weekday at 11:30 a.m. on ANF+. You can also text weather to the number on your screen, and we'll send a link directly to your cell phone.